I'm dead ass serious. At the end of the day, there's levels to it. You gave more of the corporate where if we play our best, there's no shot for us to lose. I want them to talk shit. Listen, I'm throwing some I'm throwing some Miami over there, right? I'm throwing that. I want Jeremiah Smith to let him know that I'm from Florida. Right? I want to say Brown County. I want the wigs to be different. Hey, can y'all get Kodak? Can Kodak run out with y'all?
He got the whole swag, but he's been coached up to, hey, when the camera's in front of you. Look, but I see him in the locker room. Look, I see him when he comes to the sideline. I see him when he's trotting onto that field.
So look,
I see all of that. So I understand the coyote in him.
Mo, this is what it looked like when they pull that helmet off and they go them wicks and they go like that and they throw that thing back on. Look. Be out there catching on the boys. Listen, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for, man.
I recognize all of it. Welcome to Start With The Facts. Yo, welcome back to Start With The Facts. You have a special episode today. It's Friday. We're getting ready for the weekend. We have a full game of conference championships on Saturday. So conference championships. Obviously, Ohio State is playing Indiana. The only other game that I'm interested in is Alabama versus Georgia. And Brian, I think who's in the ACC? Duke versus Virginia?
Yep.
Duke versus Virginia. Is there anything else that's notable?
Yeah, BYU, Texas Tech.
Oh, BYU, Texas Tech. My
Big
apologies.
12.
No offense to BYU and Texas Tech.
Maybe Tulane, North Texas, too. I don't know. I'll probably watch that.
Man, what about the MAC championship, man? I told y'all my nephew's playing in it. My nephew's playing in the MAC championship.
When is it?
The MAC championship is actually
Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Tomorrow at 12. I'm taking a couple athletes up there. We want to check them out, man. Support the fam, and also give these athletes a chance to, witness championship football. There's a lot for the mentality to just be around it and be like, dang, I could possibly play in for a field one day. So,
okay.
Yeah, go up there and check it out.
I'm
still going to make the Big Ten.
No,
be able to watch
offense. That. Hey, listen to me. That was no offense to BYU, Texas Tech, the MAC championship. Who else did you name?
That was it. The rest of them.
Yeah.
Tulane, North Texas. Yeah.
In the internet world, people look for. They'd be like, "Oh, you didn't mention us. My fault. My apologies." But I'll be in Indianapolis with the Buckeyes, and then I'll definitely watch Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer. And I didn't realize he was 0-2 against Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, that's what saved his job.
Yeah. Yes, so I didn't know. So the whole crew is here, and as usual, Will did fuck up, but we'll talk about that later on. So DJ, Will did he had a major mess up, and so Will.
Hey, look, sorry y'all. They is fuck up too.
Hey, Will,
y'all. Hey, Will on the digital board.
Look, you got to get a camera for next week, man. Oh, you got to get a camera and a microphone for next week for Will.
You 100% the coolest producer in the game, dog.
Hey,
100%.
Hey, look. So I don't think you realize how much I was criticizing you for this, right? I was critical. I was like almost antagonizing him, and he was just like, "All right, man, what the fuck you talking about?" It didn't even faze him, right? But he did have a major mess up. So you like, hold on, that's your first fuck up for the week, right? For the week. It was.
No, remember the bank incident?
Yeah. Bank was a screw up.
So the bank was a mess up too. But
so look, I got this employee that worked for me, dog. He just as cool as Will. And for the first week, when he would mess up, I would get mad and like, hey man, come on. And he would just sit there and smile. And then other people was like, hey, dog, I don't think he know English. Because I don't know if you ever did something, you've been around some Spanish people and you ask them a question and they don't know, they just smile.
Yeah.
I was like, he black and his name is Jalen.
Hey, shout out to all my Hispanic people. Hey,
look, I'm all about offending everybody today. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, look, so for our viewers, before we get to the show, can you please tell our viewers what does it says Catholics versus common sense, but I say the almighty white man versus the white man who isn't as mighty as that white man. So you go ahead
And I never in my life thought that I would be beefing with Brian. But Brian, you got to pick a side, dog. You gotta pick a side, dog. And listen, see, when I was doing the Catholic versus convicts, and I was doing that type of stuff, the pool of people that I was trying to bring on my side wasn't going to be mighty enough to go against the Catholics. So then I was like, okay, as I'm watching Sports Center and I'm watching all these shows, everybody is saying it's common sense. So what I'm trying to do is galvanize the sports world all about common sense and bring them on my side. At the end of the day, head to head have to matter. So it's Catholics versus common freaking sense. Brian, your shirt will be there by probably Monday morning.
So you're asking me to go against
No, I'm not asking you. I just told you your shirt is coming. Listen. I could do it in a 3/4 zip, bro. You good? we could 3/4 zip this thing, man. But listen,
I've said since week one, I want Miami to win 100%. I want you guys.
You on the fence? Hold on. Wait, I'm not gonna let you finish. You on the fence right there because you started. What are you saying today? What are you? No. What are you saying now?
I lit a candle for Miami last night. How about
that? There we go. Let's go. Hey, look, Brian. Whoa. Hey, I got a little Catholic on my side. They starting to hear me.
DJ, you know what I did for Miami?
I don't trust this. What's that? That's a lotto ticket?
No. It's a Pop-Tart.
See, I knew it, dog. That's why ain't nobody watching your cousin game Wednesday at 3 p.m.
I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna be watching that shit. Hey, Separate Jr. number 10, baby. Gonna go
ESPN Diocho.
This is gonna be on PBS.
They don't got that on YouTube TV, that ESPN Diocho, man. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Your internet
like,
look. I can't watch no game.
But look, Pete. We ain't in no tournament. We hoping, we praying to get in, but I'm still keeping my sense of humor and I'm still talking down. You want to know why, Mo?
What's up?
I am company. Come on over here. Oh, no, sorry. I am misery. My bad. I am misery, and I need company. Come on over here.
Yeah, we got one NFL game to talk about, then we'll move over to college football. But last night, Detroit Lions at home took care of business with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. I had Dallas. I had Dallas covering that game, and it wasn't particularly close. Field goal fest in the first half for Dallas. Did you guys watch it? What'd you think?
The score, if you just look at the score, you're like, it was close, right? But when you watch that game, smack. Tails, he got off yesterday. Tails is Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, they both got off, but he had 3 tugs yesterday. I know he was top 2 in receiving and obviously in rushing too, but that kid is special, man. I think he broke Barry Sanders' rushing record before he turned 24. So the touchdown record before he turned 24. That's a big feat. You know what I mean? That's Barry Sanders we talking about. Not saying that they're equal, but Gibbs is definitely special though.
I agree. The receivers showed up too. St. Brown showed up. They both had over 90 yards apiece. I thought Dallas. I picked Dallas. I thought Dallas was gonna.
Pick Dallas.
Yeah, I picked Dallas. It was so many injuries on Detroit. I thought Dallas would be able to expose that, but Dallas ended up with an injury on the defensive line too. Clowney wasn't there.
Gotcha.
I think that he been playing good ball for Dallas, so he wasn't playing. So they couldn't.
Why you look at Germ like that?
Well, when I see him.
You say hold on, hold on, dog. Like, wait, you talking about Dallas?
If you're a Cleveland fan, you typically there's people you collectively hate. Dallas is one of them.
Dallas is one of them for sure. I just was like so many injuries on Detroit. I was just picking
common
the game.
Sense.
Yeah, I'm going with common sense, but I ended up losing that one. So.
Yeah, you see, I got in the transfer portal and came back to the Broncos. Come on, yeah, that's sweet. Last year with the Buckeyes, back with the Broncos. Look, I'm disrespecting all my, my people who I ain't supposed to be with. I was surprised from me knowing that Detroit. So I watched the game on Thanksgiving. Who did the Lions play on Thanksgiving?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about all the offensive line injuries that they had. Yeah, mm-hmm. So Jeremy had stole my take, so I was like, I ain't got shit to say. so I didn't have anything good to say. And so I honestly didn't think that Detroit was going to score 44 points.
Yeah,
Like, 44 points in the NFL is a lot of points to score on somebody, and for Dallas to be somewhat decent. And I thought that this was a must-win situation for Dallas. But nonetheless, I was surprised immensely, but I was happy because Dallas lost.
Yeah.
Hey, the commentator yesterday. I'm sorry, DJ. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, look, we laid it out, and actually Alex laid it out, right? Like why they weren't winning due to the running game, Sonic and Knuckles, and, Amon-Ra St. Brown being injured. And we spoke about it, I think, this week where we talked about, how it's tough in certain sports, basketball versus football, when one player does matter. And we saw that on Thursday night, right? Yeah. We were making fun of him, talking about Dan Campbell gumming at the kneecaps. Well, he found his dentures. The fact that Amon-Ra St. Brown played, that's what they are. They're a tough-ass team, right? When you saw him hurt himself, you were thinking he wasn't going to be back 3 to 4 weeks, right? Even in that game, 6 catches, 92 yards, he's limping. But what he brought was that hard hat mentality. Everybody knows the clip with Ed Reed where he's like, I'm hurt, dog, right? When your leader is willing to sacrifice himself and put everything on the line, all it does is elevate all the other guys. And St. Brown didn't even have to have a great game. Just the fact that he was willing to put it on the line. He couldn't walk earlier this week. The fact he was couldn't walk early this week, willing to put it on the line and suit up. That right there reminded the entire team, like, who the fuck we are.
But
right?
I'm
Go ahead.
No, one of my favorite follows. Have you ever followed their father on the internet?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You know about that, y'all, Brian? Oh
yeah.
Their father is probably one of my favorite follows. Like, just old school brash. This is how it goes. Shut the fuck up. Work. Get off your ass.
Yes.
So when you talking about his kid being resilient and tough and all this other stuff, like, this doesn't surprise me. Hardcore father. I take these motherfuckers going to inner cities. Y'all motherfuckers grow up like, I want to say like pansies, but I'm going to put you all in hard situations. I'm going to be ruthless with y'all. But just an old school mentality. So as DJ's describing, I'm giving props to their father. But go ahead, my fault.
The number one thing their father said that I love the most is there's no such thing as a lazy kid. It's lazy parents.
Yep.
Like, your kids don't have an option.
Yes.
If I say we up at 5, we up at 5. If I say we doing 20 more, we doing 20 more. If I say clean your room, you cleaning your room. Like,
you know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Another version of what's the Serena's parents?
Yeah.
What's that pop's name?
Was it George?
George, is it?
What was
we over here making names. I was about to say Vernell.
It might be George.
I think whatever the movie was
Hold
called.
on. I'm going to look it up, but everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I do want to pay him his respects and say his name.
While
right.
you look that up, though, man, I think that's missing a lot nowadays in youth sports. It got too many participation trophies and certificates and stuff like that.
I agree.
And just from training athletes, I don't select every athlete to train. It's
Richard.
King
Richard. Yeah.
And it's just like, ma'am and sir, I won't train your child because the way you treat them, I'm a little different. I'm a little brasher. It's going to be out of respect, but it's just going to be what I know is effective. So, not to go. I mean, we could talk about this all day, but that's just it's missing.
No, I wanted to give props to the father. Sometimes, I don't need to give him props. He gives props to himself about what he puts on the internet. But sometimes when you see these kids, I know a lot of kids. Like, I think even this conversation is important.
Yeah.
Just how you're raised, how people guide you, how do you push and prod on kids. I'm with you. I talk to adults brash, kids brash. I'm just a brash person, but I realize that when you're trying to maximize somebody's potential, sometimes you need to hijack their thinking because they don't know what's best for them. It's not until you put them in certain scenarios and then the advice that you've given them, they end up having success with the advice, and then that's what reinforces for them to believe in you. But a lot of what we do is you push people through uncomfortable boundaries, personal boundaries that they set themselves. So shout out to Richard Williams. I don't even know if you watched the podcast, but somebody can clip this shit and get it to it.
I mean to call you George.
I called him Vernell. Hey, look, and to add to that, listen, I don't know if any young kids are watching our show. I hope they do, because we dish out game. But you want to repay your parents and pay your parents back, it's moments like that, right? Like when his father is watching that game and the announcers are talking about how he couldn't walk earlier in the week and he decided to strap it up, damn. I was waiting for Jeremy. As soon as it came out my mouth, I was ready for Jeremy to hit me with a pause. But go ahead and go out there. Yeah.
Hey, DJ.
That's
pause.
how you. Okay, appreciate it. That's how you repay your parents, man. That's how you really repay your parents or anybody that's been a part of your life and have, given you the opportunity to take part in something. It's you. You show that you heard, you listened, and
respect them.
100%. That's it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's move over to college football. Let's talk some conference championship games. Biggest underdog on the slate is BYU. BYU's 12.5-point dogs playing Texas Tech. Texas Tech is in regardless in the CFP. BYU probably depends on how close this game is. They could still lose and get in. CFP doesn't want to punish teams for losing a conference championship game. DJ, I'm sure you're lighting a candle for a Texas Tech route in this one. But we'll go around the horn. Who you guys got?
I'm gonna go with. Go ahead.
DJ.
I'm gonna go with Texas Tech, man. I need BYU to lose, right? I'm still doing the Chinese math. I need BYU to lose. Texas Tech is a good team, right? Coming out of the Big 12, they are the example of the new NIL today. They actually bought a roster. They dished out all that oil money. They got the guys, and it's paid off. Texas Tech all the way. Let's go. I need them to win by 20. I want it to be an embarrassing loss so the committee doesn't have a tough decision to make. Make it common sense.
Raiders, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech all the way.
I put my Pop-Tart down. Raiders.
Chill out.
Yeah, I'm going for the Raiders strictly for you, DJ. That's
I
it.
love it. Thank you.
We got it. All right, let's go Big Ten championship game. So over in Indianapolis, an hour from Indiana's home base there in Bloomington. Ohio State will take on the Indiana Hoosiers, 8 p.m. Saturday night. We're not going to talk gambling. We'll just make picks straight up. I got Ohio State in this one, and I have Ohio State in a rout.
Me too.
I got Ohio State too. But this is what I will say about that. I know they came here last year. What were they? Ranked number 5, I believe, when they came here last year.
I don't know what
and played against Ohio State. This team is looking for their get back. They've been playing very well this year. This might be I hope it's a challenge for Ohio State. You know what I mean? I don't want this to be a coast. I want them to win, but I don't want this to be a coast. I hope it's more of a challenge just to prepare them for what's to come. But Indiana, they get definitely looking for their get back. But Ohio State it is.
Yeah, no, we're aware that anytime last year was like some I don't know if you call it shit talking, but Kurt Signetti, their coach, if don't nobody know, he takes a borderline arrogant / brash disposition.
Borderline.
Yeah, I respectfully say it. That's how he gets his guys going, and I think that he's realized that I may not be coaching the best athletes in the world, but I need them to make them believe that they're better than what they are and have them perform to their highest potential. When you look at them from a coaching standpoint, I will say this: when you sit here and look at the film, fly around to the football very fast, finesse team, very good in pursuit, quarterback very efficient with the ball, so they're coached very well. But obviously, I keep on saying, I think this goes back to how most people think, like once you win the championship and you're playing well, as long as we play our best is better than their best. Yeah. And that's it. And then, it comes down to that, like, okay, they're number 1 in the country with takeaways. So the thing is, can you and for people who may not know what that means, they're either intercepting the ball or they're fumbling or they're recovering fumbles, stripping the quarterback, so on and so forth. And when you do that, you have the ability, one, to take the other team off schedule with what they're trying to do, and then you give your team short fields, right? And when you have short fields, efficient quarterbacks, and you're just a solid team, you can basically win a bunch of games. And so as long as we do what we have planned to do, we will be okay. And that's it. And I take us in beating them. So I think that's us with everybody. If we do what we do on offense, we'll be good. If we do what we do on defense, we'll be good. And it doesn't matter how well they play. That's my opinion.
I'm going for Ohio State. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I'm trying to offend everybody today. And I'm going for Ohio State for the exact reasons that Mo just mentioned, where he spoke about Signetti, getting these mid-major guys, getting these 2 and 3 stars and making them play to their best ability and working together. Nah, I'm all for the 5 stars, baby. Listen, the elite athletes. I had to choose a side, and that's where I come from. So look, what I want to see on Saturday is for Jeremiah Smith to show whoever it is guarding him. This is why you was at the mid-major, dog. This is why you a 5-star, dog. It's it's different.
So
It's different over here.
Let me unpack that conversation. Like, so as much as you joke, so everybody knows you joking, but you know that's a real thing.
I'm not joking. I'm dead. Listen, I'm dead ass serious. At the end of the day, there's levels to it. You gave more of the corporate where if we play our best, there's no shot for us to lose.
You know, the ABC.
Nah, dog. Look, listen.
You got to be careful.
Listen, we different, dog. Like, and I want them to talk shit. Listen, I'm throwing some UM. I'm throwing some Miami over there, right? I'm throwing that. I want Jeremiah Smith to let him know that I'm from Florida. Right? I want to say Brown County. I want the Wicks to be different. Hey, can y'all get Kodak? Can Kodak run out with y'all?
He got the whole swag. Look, so he got the whole swag, but he's been coached up to, hey, when the camera's in front of you.
Look,
but I see him in the locker room.
Look.
I see him when he come to the sideline. I see him when he's trotting onto that field.
So look.
I see all of that. So I understand the coyote in him.
Mo, this is what it looked like when they pull that helmet off and they go them Wicks and they go like that and they throw that thing back on. And look, be out there catching on them boys. Listen, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for, man.
I recognize all of it. It didn't hit that point. Like, so there was a time last year before the national championship game. So I'm gonna tell you where I got with Jeremiah in general. So I was like, man, you know, we was walking on the field to play. Who did we play? Oregon. Mm-hmm. I said, it's cool what you did against, and I started naming like a no-name team. But I said, man, you ain't shit until you go do it now when motherfuckers really need you. You know the old school play or the old school saying big players make big plays in big games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, when that motherfucker went out there and caused damage and he came back over to the sideline and looked at me. I'm like, all right, nigga. Yeah, all right. This is what I do. And we had a moment like that before the national championship where he caught that pass and like, so he's a gamer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like big time, big moments, but also as Cornell. We got a lot of guys like that. So my corporate answer, so I don't become a distraction to the team, because you know I'm on the team playing.
Yeah.
Like you can't ride on the team playing. Like, hey nigga, you can't be talking shit because you ain't doing nothing.
Hey, bulletin board. Signetti gonna post on social media a life-size portrait of Maurice with his quote.
So you can't be just like, if I wasn't riding the team playing or on the sideline, I wouldn't feel as responsible. So
the other game, the last game we're going to talk about, 4:00 on Saturday, SEC championship game. This will probably be the most viewed game of the weekend, I would think. Georgia favored by 2.5 over Alabama.
Georgia favored by 2.5.
Georgia favored by 2.5.
Oh, I'm just going to say this: Alabama has to win.
Yeah.
It's a must-win for Alabama. So I'm going for Alabama.
I'm going Georgia. That's what I like.
I'm gonna go Georgia. I think they cover, and I think Georgia is gonna show Alabama big time SEC ball. I think they're gonna be able to run the ball on them. Alabama hasn't been running the ball that well, and honestly,
sounds crazy.
It's going to be. Not going to. I need it to be a blowout, just like the BYU game. So now
you need Georgia to win so Alabama doesn't make the playoffs.
Not win. I need to blow them out and embarrass them and have the committee question Alabama's placement, move them 1 or 2 slots to get us closer to Notre Dame.
Oh,
I need BYU to lose. I need Bama to lose because I want us and Notre Dame to be neck and neck, and then I want common sense to come in, right? I want the committee to feel the pressure of their bias and their favoritism versus the world that has been shouting over the last 5 weeks. It's common sense. Head to head has to matter.
Yeah, so I rescind my...
With the new information.
Facts change. So, and for y'all who just catching the show, as facts change, your opinion can change. I'm with DJ. So this is what loyalty looks like, right? Even when you wrong, you right with me, DJ.
Look at this.
We're together, yeah.
We want the O and the U.
There we go. So
I
we go
picked
for
my
Georgia.
Pop-Tart back up, man.
Hey, hurry up and eat that, and then it's
I will,
over.
man. You know, listen, I got to burn it off slowly. But the head-to-head earlier this year went to Alabama versus Georgia, right? And last week I was actually rooting for an Iron Bowl, Auburn, to beat Alabama because of my Ole Miss. I need Ole Miss to get into the championship. But Georgia gave Ole Miss their only loss. So forget Georgia. Ty Simpson, I need you to go out there and do your thing.
This guy.
Clemson. Not Clemson. Crimson Tide.
Clemson.
You know, this is a home game for Georgia. At Mercedes-Benz, which I think they just played Georgia Tech last week in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right? Like, so this really is a home game for these guys. There's just something different about the SEC championship. Like, there's pride on both sides, even though Georgia's in the CFP either way. This SEC championship, I do think, means a lot to the Bulldogs, but so does home field advantage for these guys. You know, they lose and they're going to slide. I would think they'd slide back at least a spot or two.
Yes.
And so now they're hosting a home game as opposed to a bye.
Yes.
I got Georgia, and I think it's going to be, at least a touchdown or more in this one.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it for sure. 4:00 Saturday. So last game we'll talk about ACC championship. DJ, we're going to go to you first on this
Why would
one.
we talk about this?
Duke and Virginia. Does it matter who we cheer for?
matter.
This is
Probably Duke, right?
This is the
Virginia out.
toilet bowl.
Yeah. Duke got
Okay,
like,
listen.
what,
Remember, I said I just want all chaos. I want Duke to win because if Duke wins, there's a situation where we may have a non-Power 4 conference represent in the college football playoffs. That's if James Madison, I believe, or one of those Northern Texas handles their business. They'll get both of the at-larges just because of the number and the placement. The reason that I want that is because what's happening to the University of Miami this year in the situation, I need the whole system to implode. Like, I just need that shit to just get blued up, get blued up. Or stretch this shit to a 16. Listen, stretch this to a 16-game playoff or something. Look, Pavia messaged Trump on X and said, "Please, Mr. President."
Are you serious?
Yeah. So hold on. What's it called? I don't want to butcher the phrase, and I know Brian knows. Oh, an executive order. He reached out to Trump on X and said, "Please, Mr. President, can you sign an executive order to turn the 12 game playoff to 16 teams?"
Oh, yeah, he did right here.
Listen, and you know what the best part about it is? Trump over there trying to figure out how to do this shit because he know if he do this, he gonna get he get a lot of people on his side.
Yeah. But isn't this crazy? It wasn't that long ago. Like for us here, in our late 30s, early 40s, it was a it wasn't even a playoff, right? They would just, the AP, the voters, they would just select two teams, and those teams would play for a national championship. And there would be things called split championships. And then, we went to 4 teams with this BCS model, and 4 obviously wasn't enough because the 5th, 6th, 7th all kind of had a case that they could have been the 4th.
Yeah.
And then they expand it to 12.
Brian, if they expand to 16, what is it? It's the NFL.
I think that's still a problem.
No, it's the NFL. No, it's the NFL. How many people making it to the NFL playoffs?
7.
I thought it was 8 teams.
7 in each conference.
Yeah.
Oh, 7? Oh, damn, I thought it was 16.
Yeah.
Still doing Chinese math. That's okay.
But DJ, there's conferences, and everybody plays by the same set of rules, and you play, your conference opponent twice, right? Because there's divisions or divisional opponent twice. Once home, once away, and then you all play the same conference in the opposing, like the NFC East will play the AFC North, right? Here we have independents. We have Notre Dame that's non-affiliated with a conference. We have people scheduling cupcakes in weeks 1 through 3, and again in weeks 7 or 9. There's no consistency in college football, and that's the problem.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to start with the TV networks. That's it.
Yeah.
And TV networks going to say, "Hey man, we want to take the top 30 teams, 32 teams." It's like you ever have the answer out there already, but you're trying to fight to find a new answer. And the answer is what the NFL does, right? Yeah. And you just say, just like this: take these top 32 teams. These are who people want to watch. These are games we can schedule. They'll make it less about you scheduling bullshit teams so you can look perfect when you get there. And you'll have to have somebody do what Turkey Ali is doing for boxing, where he's saying, fuck all these decorated belts and decorated matchups. Let me get you all of the money so the best can fight the best. And you worrying about being undefeated weighs into what you're basically being compensated. And that way you can get your SEC traditional programs, your ACC, and all programs who should play each other. Because, like, let's be honest, right? There's a bunch of people who play football, but there's not a bunch of people who you want to watch play football, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you start consolidating great teams and you start to put resources behind that, then you have a great college league. And that's not to say anything or not being offensive to people who play that people don't watch, but it's like that in high school. It's people who play right down the street from me where I live. I don't want to go watch the games because you don't have like an abnormal athlete or somebody who's very dynamic or somebody who fills the seats or somebody who can do something special. And I think what college is basically been so disjointed for so long that we're watching a bunch of shitty products and then this is what you end up getting.
And to add to that, Mo, you can also implement like the European soccer rules as well, right? You go to each conference, you take the top 8 teams, right? That gives you your 32. The bottom guys, they play in this other conference. And the way that it works in soccer is if you were chosen into the top 32, every year you have to battle and fight for that position because I forgot how many slots are open, but there's this revolving door that keeps bringing teams up and down, up and down.
Pushed up and down.
Now think about that, because what they're afraid of is hurting somebody's feelings, right? Going to Stanford or Cal that are right now or I don't know if they're at the bottom, but I think Stanford is at the bottom of the ACC and say, hey, sorry, you're not a big time program. You didn't make the cut, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, they got a lot of powerful ones though, right? So they go argue and they go fight their way back in. So if you implement this system, it's like, hey, you just didn't make it in this year. Now, if you build your program up and you win the championship of that lower division and whoever falls to the bottom of the big boy division, it's a rotating door. I don't know how many times that they do, but that allows you to keep everything fun and exciting. Because you think about this, you have teams fighting for the championship, right? To hoist the trophy. And then at the end of the year, you got teams fighting tooth and nail to not fall into that other bracket, that lower bracket. And what are you going to get? You're going to get high level competition because at the end of the day, athletes play their best when it matters and there's something on the line. Right, that's why I hate watching the NBA until the playoffs.
I know it's easy to cast doubt on any of these other scenarios, but like to me the big issue with that is those players are all under contract. You sign contracts, right? So you're there for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. The team essentially owns you.
Yeah.
Here, right? If your team gets relegated and pushed down to another division and you can't play for the CFP the following year. With the transfer portal, you leave. You leave and you go to another team.
They're doing that anyway.
No, but the players are under contract.
Players are under contract right now. They're just 1 year.
Not in college.
They are. They're on just 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year.
Your scholarship is a 1 year situation.
Right, and I'm saying at the end of the year, if your team the following year would have to play in a subdivision and wouldn't qualify for,
You're saying they'll leave.
Yeah, 100%. There would be no program the following year. Everybody would just bolt.
But no. So one, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. Two, I think the message I'm trying to kick is that we need something that's more competitive. Like the nature of sports and kind of like what DJ are saying or what we're saying in general is that everybody in this room started at the bottom of something. And just through consistent work over time, you end up getting somewhere, right? Well, like I think that's what makes sports attractive, and that's what motivates you and keeps you going, and you're trying to be better than somebody else. Right now, it's just a bunch of shit everywhere. That's how sports feels. Like, I hate saying this word because everybody uses it loosely, and it doesn't have like a definitive saying, but they keep on saying it's the Wild Wild West. Motherfucker, I wasn't even born when the Wild Wild West was out, so I don't even know what that means. I hate when people say, you know what I'm saying? College sports is the Wild Wild West. Kids do what they want to. Like, but what are you really saying?
Yeah.
There's just nothing regulated. There's no system. There's no structure. So what I believe needs to be happening, you need to establish antitrust. You need to establish these guys as employees, and you need to make the best conference for all of college sports. And then you need to deal with everybody else.
And you have to eliminate some of the fluidity. It can't be in the middle of the year. A coach can leave, a player can leave. You're following the school calendar. So, the the early enrollment is now. I mean, that's insane.
So, but you know what? You know what doesn't happen? There's not one person, DJ, Alex, you, Jeremy, everything. Who would be the one person who could take the first action step? Very simple. Who could take an action step to even make all of this happen?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's all so loose.
This is what I'm talking about. So I've had this, look, so when I talk on this subject, I've had this conversation with Ross, who's the AD at Ohio State, with Jim Trussell, who's the lieutenant governor. So I'm asking people who are in
Big Ten commissioner, SEC commissioner, those two together would figure this out.
And so, what step do they take with all of everything going on? And I think you ever not deal with an issue so much that it's so out of control that you don't even know where to start to deal with it?
That's why these minor tweaks, right? Like NIL has been changed several times since it went into effect, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
But that's why they're not going to do this overhauling because I don't think anybody knows what is the best way, the singular best path forward. So every year they tweak it, they make it better, and that's why I think it's going to take 10 years before it settles into what it will eventually look like going, in perpetuity.
No, what?
No, I was going to say, Diego, go ahead and send another message to Trump.
No. I'm going to just talk so loud so nobody can hear you. I already know you was finna say something I didn't like. No.
I'm actually, Diego, just make
No.
a message. We can get it rolling.
No.
Oh, no. But with that being said, man, we are done with our show for today. We will be back on Sunday, 6 a.m. for our NFL preview show. Join us every day, 3 p.m. Share our shorts or likes. And let me shout out. So shout out to some of the doctors who we worked with. I had no clue that they watched our show. And
shout out.
Yeah, shout out that. And my mother keeps up. Did I have any cuss words today?
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, but
I've gotten better too.
So my mother keeps on. My mother sends me text messages and she sends clips. So shout out to the people who cut the clips, who send them to my mother, who are paying attention to the show. And so I'm trying to watch my mouth, Mom. Oh, and I got on a board. So I'm on a public board now. So you have to have ethical behavior. You know what I'm saying? So sorry to the people on the board if y'all see me cussing, because I'm going to cuss, right?
Just less. Just
less. So, you sound like you got duties and shit, right? So you got to sound like for public behavior. And I was like, So you have to represent us.
Sign the fucking permits.
Hey, so look, before I go, I'll tell you this. So my first active duty, right? So, Parks and Recreation, they're like, you're on the board. And so all these guys send me all these requests for what we need to do with youth sports, right? And so I was like, man, I didn't realize we had these many problems, right? So they told me I need to overhaul youth sports and I need to become the commissioner. I was like, nah, I ain't really signed up for all that.
Hey, you just wanted to show up at the park once a month, kind of play catch with the kids. Hey, show them how to hold a football, 5 points of pressure.
Dog, I'm talking about this organization I'm mad at this organization. I need to investigate this organization. I say, nah, this email is supposed to funnel through somebody else. I'm on the board, man. This shit gotta before it get to me, I just got to say yes or no. I ain't really trying to put some infrastructure in place, man. No, but y'all check us out, man. Every day, 3 p.m. on Sunday, 6 a.m. We go.